Hey guys, welcome in. James Phillips, joined by Brett Elmore again. It's the DME PrepZone Wrap-Up Show presented by Bevill State Community College. Brett, we had an interesting week of football. Had several blowouts, but we had one of the best games we've seen in a long time, too.
I went to the blowout. You went to the best game.
Right.
You had a great game on the game of the week, Addison and Aliceville. I had probably the worst game in the area. Jasper and Clair, Chalkville. Clay showed why they was number 2 in the state, no doubt about it.
Right, yeah. I mean,
it could be number 1, really.
They probably should be number 1.
Right, yeah.
Well, Brett, let's start with the Thursday night games. We had 2 games on Thursday night. And do you know why they moved them? Did I tell you that?
You had mentioned something about the referees?
Yeah, they didn't have enough referees.
Yeah.
So they had to move them to Thursday night. Yeah. And that's happening really all over the state, a lot of people said.
Well, the COVID, like we mentioned last week, the COVID numbers are going up. You're starting to see it in schools. You saw it in your game.
Right.
And it affects everyone from the coaches, players, all the way down to the referees and fans.
Right. Let's go. We talked about Thursday. Let's go to Cordova. Cordova hosted Pleasant Grove, another number 2 team, and really did not fare very well in that one at all.
No, but they did better than they did last season. So you can't say that. At least Cordova had a better showing this season. I still think they've got things on the right track there at Cordova. But 46-18, the game was in hand pretty early from what I understand. But it's just one of those classic mismatches like we had this week. Right.
Okay, how about a little bit closer game? We had Corner playing St. Clair County. I'm going to DMEPrepZone.com. 21-13, Corner wins that game, and Corner handled it really from the beginning. They were up the entire time and never looked back.
No, and that's a big win for them, and another close game, but a big win for Corner moving forward.
All right, how about we go to Winston County? This was one that I really felt like the Yellow Jackets would win, but they lose 38-20 to Hatton, and Hatton had control the entire time. Winston County really didn't score till a little bit in the second half.
That was really a mystery to me. I don't know. I was in the same boat. I thought Winston County will win the ball game. Riker Morgan threw for a touchdown pass, and he ran for a touchdown in the ball game. But I don't know. That question mark is still beside Winston County. They're hard to figure out right now.
Yeah, they really are. And they played pretty well in their jamboree game. Played pretty well in that first game, and was a close one against Meek.
And a game, in all honesty. Meek probably should have won.
Right. So let's see where Winston County goes from here. All right, next game we've got Holly Pond and Oakman. Ooh, that was an ugly one too. Oakman wins 45-0.
Well, finally the 3-game road stretch is over for Oakman. They head home now against Winfield and then J.B. Pennington. 2 home games in a row and 2 big region games. But, yeah, I mean, we expected this out of Oakman this week, really. Bubba Odom threw 4 touchdown passes. Derek Hubbard caught 3 of those for a touchdown. They're starting to roll at the right time, heading into region play, and especially against that Winfield team. That's maybe the biggest matchup of the season for them early on.
I would say definitely this is a game that will be front runner for region championship.
Yeah.
If who depends on who wins that one. And Winfield's one of those teams that our Walker County schools always struggle against for some reason.
I don't know what it is, but they always do struggle. But the good thing is finally Oakman gets a home game, and Jose Collins Field will be rocking on Friday night for Winfield. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be a great
be
game. All right, we've got Meek. You talked about Meek, very improved, 46-26 over Brilliant. This is a game they lost by about that same score last year.
And just like we mentioned just a few moments ago, they could easily be 3-0 right now.
They could be 3-0.
And probably should be 3-0. Now, I'm not making excuses against Winston County, but they had the COVID issue.
Right, they did.
But in the game, Cam Deaver, 6 carries, 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. Matthew Clark, 11 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Another team that we're really keeping an eye on is Meek. The Tigers are rolling into region play. They'll be at South Lamar. South Lamar is 1-1 on the season. We'll see how they do on the road.
When you mentioned that double-headed monster at running back they've got, those guys every game have produced, and I believe they've both been over 100 yards every game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just Coach Powell up there is doing a great job.
Now, another team that struggled this week was Lynn. Marion County beats Lynn 29-7, but Lynn, if you look at the stats, Lynn had way more yardage, so it was just turnovers and bad things happened for the Bears.
Yeah, Tittle had 266 all-purpose yards, 200 through the air. One touchdown through the air, 66 yards running on 16 carries. But yeah, Lynn fans, don't worry. Coach Hastings is going to have that program turned around. We'll see what they can do this week. They got to go to Brilliant, who has not won a game this season, so this may be the first win in the Hastings era up in Lynn.
Well, another game with a hot clock was Hamilton and Curry, 33-8. Curry didn't give up 66 points, so that's a positive right there.
That's a positive. Didn't give up 66 points. Josh Day threw a touchdown pass to Blake Sargent in the game. You just have to work on getting better every week. And, it doesn't get any easier for Curry. We mentioned that. I think they have a bye week this week.
Yeah, I believe they have a bye week this week.
So we'll see what happens with the bye week and if they can get some things improved.
Well, and the thing with Curry is that I'm impressed by, these kids do not give up. They keep fighting until the end, no matter what the score is. And that really is a testament. That we know they're low on numbers, and we know that it's a struggle right now. But for kids to not give up when you're losing like that, that's a huge testament to who they are.
Trust me, it's easy to give up, fold your tent, go home. But these kids are not doing it, and yeah, you're right. I mean that's a testament and a testament to Coach Emerson there.
Now we had a battle of the Bulldogs between Susan Moore and Carbon Hill. Susan Moore wins 44-28. Carbon Hill just struggling after that win over Curry to start the season.
Yeah, and Clay Tittle, 280 yards of total offense, 18 of 28 passing, 241 yards, a touchdown rush for 39 yards with 7 carries and 2 touchdowns. But this is another opportunity for them this coming week to get a region win. Vinemont's coming into town. They're 0-3. Carbon Hill at home, I like their chances in region play here.
I do too. Vinemont's they've definitely struggled. They've had some blowout losses. So I think it'll be a good game, but I think Carbon Hill pulls this one out for sure.
Yeah.
All right, you talked about the stinker that you were at. Number 2, Clay Chalkville beats Jasper 68-21. The Vikings led 7-0, but then Clay Chalkville kind of took over and never looked back again.
Bookends in the first half, touchdowns. Opening kickoff, final play there in the first half, touchdowns for the Vikings, but it was just all Clay Chalkville. They have a lot of athletes. They're very fast. They're very big. They look number 2 in the state. They look the part. They look like a title team. Kevon Samuel, 197 multi-purpose yards. You mentioned that kickoff return for a touchdown. 2 catches, 28 yards, a touchdown. Trayvon Stewart played well. Defensively, Cole Sargent played well. He was around the football, but this was a bad loss. This is the most points ever scored against a Jasper/Walker team in history.
Well, I knew it was the most that I could remember. I did not realize it was the most in history.
Yeah, and it's the worst defeat in about 19 years, dating back to 2002. But it's just that region and Clay Chalkville. I mean, looking at those guys on the field, I mean, you just knew you were outmatched from the opening whistle.
Well, and on the Coach Bailey show last week, he talked about this team and how, they hope to just kind of keep it close for a while.
Yeah.
But he did mention this team has 6, 7, 8 Division I players.
Yeah,
it's like facing a college team.
Yeah, I mean, you were going through the starting lineup there before the game, and I said, well, the quarterback has committed to Louisville, and the wide receivers committed to Tennessee.
Right.
It's like, and there's
and that's not even mentioning the defensive players.
Right, exactly. And, you're looking at your paperwork, and you're thinking, my goodness. But, this is a great week for Jasper to have a bye week.
It is, yes. They can clear their heads from this game.
Forget all about it and focus on Gardendale in 2 weeks. And that's another team that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Because they played Pinson fairly tough.
Right, but they're coming to Jasper, so that should help.
That's right. And the Vikings will have a 3-game homestand, too, so that'll help.
Now, let's talk about the best game, and it's probably because I was there.
That probably so. They heard you was coming.
Best game of the week. They treated us like royalty. Addison. When I got there was a guy covering the game for another newspaper, and he said, "Oh, I hate y'all came tonight." And I said, why do you hate us coming tonight? Well, the whole team's got COVID. They're missing all their coaches. It's just going to be ugly. It's going to be so nasty. Aliceville's going to wipe the field with them. And I thought, well, this may be a terrible game to watch. But Addison came out, and I've never seen a team with so many people down to come out and just take over a ball game. They played Addison football. They ran the ball. They had ball control. They did give over a couple turnovers, but other than that, perfect game plan. And what happened is they had some guys who never even touched the ball running in the first half. And then once they got that lead, they put the ball in Christian Roberts' hand, and they let Christian Roberts just run straight through people.
21 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown, but it's Addison. I say it over and over again, what's in the water at Addison? You look at the helmet, all the scrapes on there, they love to hit someone.
They do.
That's Addison football, and I'm glad they came up with a win, and now really they're in the driver's seat.
Oh, yeah. It puts them right in the front of the region, and that region is not the strongest. Now, Coach Smothers not going to like me saying that because they're going to midfield this week.
Right.
But it's not the strongest region in the state. So Addison really should be in control and keep in control as long as they play the type of football they played this past Friday night.
Let's just say they control their own destiny.
Exactly.
That's easy enough.
And they definitely do.
They do.
Well, Brett, thanks for another week of joining me. I think this is going to be a every week kind of thing.
Okay. Very good. I've had fun and look forward to it next week. I can't believe it's already, week 4?
Right, week 4. And will the Jasper crew, will they be doing any games this week?
I don't know what we're going to do this week. We may take the week off after that Friday night. I don't know yet, but
might be a good week.
You're going to be in Summerton, is that
I'll
right?
be at Summerton to see Cedar Bluff and Summerton Christian, and that should be a great game. I think Cedar Bluff has 1 loss on the year, but Summerton Christian is going to be coming in 2-0, and they're excited, and this is a key game for them. If they want to stay in the region championship picture, this is going to be a key one.
Yeah, Cedar Bluff 1-1. We failed to mention Summerton Christian and Dora, both with bye weeks this past Friday. So
that's right.
They've had time to rest up. Dora, on the other hand, they will be traveling to Hansville, who's 1-1.
That's right. But you think that's a game Dora should be favored in for sure?
Should be. Yeah.
So go over the games we've got for this week, just so people will know.
Vinemont is at Carbon Hill. Cordova is at John Carroll. Fayette County is at Curry this week. Dora is at Hansville. Lynn is at Brilliant. Meek is at South Lamar. Winfield's at Oakman. Be a great ball game there. Cedar Bluff at Summerton Christian should be a great one. You can hear that one on 88.5 FM. Their game of the week here at the Daily Mountain Eagle. And Lamar County at Winston County.
I think we're going to have better games, closer games this next week. And for full previews of those games, be sure to tune in to DME Prep Zone Game Time. We'll have it out on Friday morning, and you guys can see all the different previews, and we'll have some special stories from Summerton Christian this week.
Very good. Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, for Brett Elmore, I'm James Phillips. We'll see you next week.